Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Xah Talk Show. So today we are going to code Wolfram language on Advent of Code, day 4. Okay, so we are going through Advent of Code and hopefully it's fun, but it's probably going to be boring for you, okay? So if you skip this video or watch my past videos, more dedicated tutorials to Emacs or Wolfram language, lots of videos, live stream in the past. Google recently made a change to their YouTube so that you only see my videos, which but mostly I just do live stream. So you click on the tab live stream. That's my more recent video since about 2 years ago. Live stream, it's all live stream because I prefer live stream because live stream is real. It's not like edited and prepared, which is more useful, focused on prepared video, more useful for a topic, but doesn't work. I can do that, but I prefer live stream. Okay, so live stream, let's begin. So nobody watching, okay, good. So I'm just going to focus on the problem then, to code Advent of Code. And by the way, I'm on Odyssey, so which is great. You follow me on Odyssey. Eventually, I'm hoping so all my videos are archived on Odyssey, so it's permanent at least. And YouTube is very, very corrupted. One day I'll just, depends, so we have, Odyssey, I hope to be my main. Okay, so follow me on Odyssey, okay? Odyssey also means Libra, something like that. It's open source, and all the videos are archived by blockchain, I believe. I haven't figured out exactly how it works, which is a major thing for me to do. So let's begin today's Xah Talk Show on Advent of Code, problem number 4, okay? Day 3. So we finished day 3 about events calendar, okay? Okay, there it is, number 4. And let me recap. So we did Advent of Code, day 1, problem day 2, and day 2, problem 2. So there's all code there. Let me show you the code, okay? So you can see I want to show you the power of Wolfram language. So day 1, every problem is a single line solution, single line, 80 characters, okay? Let me take off my coat. So this is the day 1 solution here. And let's open them. Day 1, day 2, day 2 problem 2, day 3. Okay, so day 1 solution, one single line. Day 2 solution, one single line, this line. And day 2 problem 2, one single line, okay? And so today, and day 3, problem 1, one single line. Problem 2, one single line. Those variables, you can just combine them, eliminate them. And in particularly in Wolfram language, it's prudent advice to never have any variable at all. So it's, since we are talking about coding challenge, so in various different languages you have a particular way that's idiomatic. For example, in Perl you say how does Perl people call it? In Python, for example, you'll hear Pythonic. That's when your code is approved by Python, the way Python language fits the Python language, idiomatic to Python. Perl is a jargon. What's the jargon for Perl? It's been a long time, so I forgot. I've been coding Perl from 1998 to 2004 in a job, in a day job. But in Wolfram language, there's a particular thing that is no variables at all, not a single one, even a temporary one, like local variable. You can code your Wolfram language so that it's effectively doesn't matter what problem, the entire, you can, well, it's an exaggeration, but you can almost code any problem. I mean, any source code of Wolfram language is one single line. Okay, it's just many characters. Okay, but technically it's one single line, like one nested, single line. Anyway, so here's a solution for so that's day 3, and today we're gonna do day 4. Okay, so let's start to code it now. And yesterday there is a question asking me about my keyboard expose. Okay, let me show you. Yesterday, one guy, I wasn't paying attention. In the beginning, he asked about expose crystal. Okay, so let me show you expose crystal. Okay, go to just search for Xah keyboard. You will find my website. So expose night, and there is a expose crystal. That is a good one. Okay, but too expensive. That's a special one. Did I actually have a page about it? No, I did talk about it on Discord, but I guess I don't have a. Yeah, so expose, there's a special version. Basically, expose crystal is a version of expose such that you see all the keycaps, they have special keycaps. For example, this size, it's rare to find those special sized keycaps. For example, this Alt, this space key, this Enter, So the expose crystal, they don't use that. Every key is standard keycap. Either size 1U, these are called 1U size, 1 unit, or 2U. So all the keys are standardized keycaps. So that's an excellent point about it. So you don't have the, special keycaps is actually good, but if you stick with the standard keycap sizes, then it's kind of more flexible. So because you can swap, you can buy different keycaps and so on. So expose crystal, I think it's a good one. Let me just show it. Okay, and then let's so expose crystal is a special one. I think they make a special special version, so you can see all the keycaps are standardized size. But for $200, it's like $50 more than expose night, I think. I'm not sure. Go check them out. Okay, I recommend it. They sent me, I did the expose came out about 3 or 4 years ago. So when they came out, they sent me a version for me to review. They gave me free, so I have a review of it. And it's fantastic. It's one of the keyboard, I have quite a few by now, ergonomic keyboards of split or whatever. So every time I use expose for periods of time, because sometimes I use it on bed, sometimes I want to change, just every time basically the point is that every time I use expose, it's just a pure joy. Although it's one piece has advantages. But anyway, my point is that it's a joy. I really love it. Okay, and because my very first one, this is when 2017, so it's 5 years now. My very first one, it's one of their earliest. So the firmware doesn't work anymore by the time they have the software to program the keys. So I cannot program the keys. And a few months ago, about 3 months ago, they sent me a new one, which is the one I'm using right now, and it's just fantastic. I did talk about it. So you go to my website, you'll see it, my video. So that I recommend. There are many others I also recommend. I cannot recommend each and every one. That some of them, this Kinesis 360 is also excellent, but too expensive. Well, I mean, $500. So if you make a lot of money, if you are a professional programmer, well, get it, okay? Get it. But otherwise, you can get the old one, also expensive, $320. I still use, it's, so, but I have so many, so I can't. So for a change, that's why I'm using Expose. But this, I really highly recommend the Kinesis as well. So then this one is also fantastic. Plus it's wireless. Okay, I never used it. It's not really out yet. So they still, it's it's one of the small startup Kickstarter. So you can buy this one, order it. I don't know when they come out. Check their website. You'll see. So this is also good. Okay, so that I like. Expose I like, and the Apple Maker. This I just discovered yesterday. This is this layout is called Alice layout. Alice layout. I always find it no good, because what's the point? If you're gonna have split, you should just use a grid layout. Okay, so I never liked Alice layout. I think it's idiotic. Okay, this Alice layout. But now, yesterday I discovered this one. It changed my mind. This one is very different. I mean, it looks the same, but there's a very significant difference than the others. That is, look at the arrangement. Look at the vertical line on the left side. They reduced significantly of the stagger, so it's almost like a grid. So now this one, you got a split keyboard, and it's almost like a grid. So for you coming from a standard Microsoft or Logitech keyboard, this is a great evolution. You can adopt your typing habit, and plus it got extra thumb keys. You can change this key to something else, of course, and it's compact. It's got arrow keys, fantastic, necessary, as opposed to the 40% or happy hacking, no arrow keys. No arrow keys is a major pain, okay? And it's got page up, page down, very useful. Arrow key is essential. Page up and page down is extra, plus, because these days you use a mouse, scroll wheel, or the Apple trackpad or whatever. Or you can buy a pen. So I have a lot of reviews here. Pen input. A lot. So if you want a gadget for Christmas, check out my website. Okay, so I can use my pen. You can see. Okay. Let's get back to, so you see my pen here. I just right here, so you cannot. I have to adjust. I need a camera. So donate. Okay, if you guys like my stuff, my videos, my live stream, my tutorials interest you, you benefit from it, pay me. Okay, $20, or pay me regularly, something $5. And I like to mention Dion, which is my biggest sponsor. Okay, so he Dion, so he Patreon me a lot regularly. Okay, so this is yesterday's problem. I didn't close it, so close it. So let's start Wolfram language. This is yesterday's problem. Don't save, close. Let's start fresh. Wait a minute. Why do I have this Emacs instance? I forgot to shut down. Okay, so start a Wolfram language. We're gonna do Advent of Code day 4. Okay, so start, launch the kernel. Okay, Wolfram language. Okay, so any questions, comment, post it. Okay, video check, audio check. Good. Check. Wait, what? Check audio. Yeah, okay, audio is going. Okay, so that's about keyboard. So this, Faker Alice is great. I recommend it. So you can go to my website and buy it. That's my Amazon affiliate link. Okay, so let's begin. About Discord, so I run a Discord so-called server. So here you can come here to enjoy talking about chatting with other people and me. But for those of you young people or Zoomers or coming from Reddit, 4chan in particular, if you come here, this is a place we discuss real life. That means you use your real name, real photo, your family, talk about your family, your work, your business, whatever, real life. Okay, don't come here like the typical, maybe you are used to online Reddit. You just create an account, get banned or whatever, create a new, you don't care, shit posting, memes, whatever. I don't like that. Come here. If you want to know me, I get to know you and know other people here, and we talk about real life stuff. Okay, not shit posting, random opinions. Like who cares, whatever, and typical online situation, which become very bad in the past 10 years. So I hope you guys join my Discord, but if you that's do something meaningful, just it's not not another website you just go there and do random shit. Okay, so let's do advent of code. So today, okay, so let's begin. So we talked 20 minutes so far. So yeah, so they go there. Okay, so start a Wolfram language. So we code, advent of code number 4. Let's see how far we can go. Okay, I want to get some my drinks. Apple juice. This is apple juice. And this is tea. No, it's not. I don't think the live stream is not on Odyssey. So, but Odyssey basically copy it over after the stream is done. So, maybe one day I'll do a live stream on Odyssey, but I haven't figured out yet. So, Oflamio, if you know about Odyssey technical details, post the link on Discord, okay? Because I want to know exactly how it works, the blockchain and stuff. If you find some, like you post a lot quality videos, I think. So if you find something about Odyssey from a nerd, not commercial, like, from a nerd that gives you detail about Odyssey, how they started and things like that, history or Libra, Libri, how they call it, post it, okay? It takes a lot of time to dig into these things. Like eventually I want, for example, on my website right now I have YouTube embedded, but I much rather prefer to embed Odyssey. But if I, embed Odyssey, for example, this video, Advent of Code, this is number 1, day 1, okay? So if I embed, for example, share, okay? Hold on a second, stop. Share. So you have quite choices. For example, if I copy that, paste here, then that's that's not embedding. But if I want to embed, let's see this one, okay? Copy it. Okay, post it. Wait, that's the same. Hold on a second. So, So let's just do random. We don't need to be worried about focusing on the advent of code. Okay, for example, so this is the embed code. So it's a frame, but you can see the URL. So I mean, these are the sort of thing I need to figure out. For example, let's copy this URL. So you can see, the URL differs by quite a lot. You want to figure out what's the parameter, so that I have full control. YouTube has become so corrupted. Like, in the beginning, you guys probably don't know because you guys were young. YouTube is older than many of you. But for someone like me or many others, you see, when you stop, you see these random other videos. Fuck YouTube, fuck Google, okay? Because when they begin, they specifically have a parameter that, they tell people, oh, please, please do embed, YouTube to your blog. When, at the time blog was popular, blogging got killed by Google, basically, around 2010. Google Reader, maybe you guys haven't heard of it. So anyway, so in the beginning, Google specifically, Google is the do no evil company, specifically have a parameter that tells people, that welcome people to embed if you don't like, this random video, because maybe you are doing something focused. You don't want it to show some random crap. There's a parameter you can say that this doesn't show, okay? But about 7 years ago, they removed it. I mean, even if you have that parameter on, it doesn't do nothing. It still shows this, they become so powerful, so rich, 10 times more fatter than before. But then they have to do this. Google has become very, very corrupt scum. But society becomes like you don't care. For a lot of you Zoomers, let's just use another site, or let's use ad blockers and those, like they don't have responsibility. They fuck around and you fuck around. So everyone just fuck around. That's what chaos means. Society, like right now, chaos. You're gonna fuck around. You're gonna go to Saudi Discord and post shit post whatever, and if you don't like it, ban you. Oh yeah, that's normal. You just create another account. That happens on Reddit everywhere. That's chaos. No responsibility. No, you don't know what it means anymore. So that's a condition of the social network. I mean the web. Okay, so enough rant. So let's go back to coding. Okay. Anyone here interested in coding? Okay, so advent of code number 4. Okay, day 4. So cancel that. Okay, so let's start coding. Then let's start think. So I already talked for 30 minutes. So I'm not sure how far we're gonna go, but I can probably finish today's problem. I was hoping to do more than one. So space needs to be cleared before the last supplies can be uploaded from the ships. And so, now I get a sense of how the problem description goes. So instead of reading each and every word to understand it, that's not the way to go. You just glance over and basically discover what it's really asking, what is the problem, okay? Okay, space needs to be cleared before the last supplies can be unloaded from the ships. Okay, space needs to be cleared. And so several elves have been assigned to the job of cleaning up sections of the camp, okay? Every section has a unique ID number, okay? Every section has a unique ID number. And each elf is assigned a range of section IDs. So you have lots of IDs, and a group of them is assigned to an elf, okay? So essentially, the ID is a set. You have an ID set. And you have certain partition of the set. That's a mathematician's jargon, meaning that you group the set into subsets, non-overlapping. Okay, However, as some of the elves compare their section assignments with each other, they've noticed that many of the assignments overlap. Oh, that's a problem. To try to quickly find overlaps and reduce duplicated effort, the elves pair up and makes a big list of the section assignments for each pair. Okay, the elves pair up and make a big list of the section assignments for each pair. That's a bit confusing. So for example, okay, so this is, by the way, this is an example of bad technical writing and bad storytelling, because you see, Advent of Code so far, day 1 to day 4 of this year, they explain the problem but incomplete and imprecise. But however, they resolve that by using an example. So this example is not a pure example. This example functions as a helper to actually explain what the problem is. You see, this is my point of view from a mathematician type of mind. Okay, so I see this. So alternatively, what you really want to do in some optimal sense is that when you describe a problem, that description should be 100% fully standalone, which is not the case here. In this case, they describe the problem, incomplete, but they use an example to further clarify the real meaning. Okay, so this, in some sense, is imperfection in the description. Okay. So anyway, so big list of section assignments for each pair. I don't quite get it. For example, consider the following list of section assignment pairs. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you guys read this? Let's see. Okay, so partially hidden there. I think so. Okay, so for the first few pairs, this list means within the first pair of elves, the first elf was assigned sections 2 to 4, okay, while the second elf was assigned sections 6 to 8, okay. The elves in second pair were each assigned 2 sections, okay. That's the second pair. The elves in the third pair were each assigned 3 sections. Okay, yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. That's 2 elves, okay, elf pair. So the elves in the third pair were each assigned 3 sections. So that's 5, 6, 7, and 7, 8, 9, okay. One got section 5, 6, 7, the other got 7, 8, 9, okay. So you have each line represents 2 elves and their ID, the ID they got. The ID number, okay. Each line is 2 elves and the ID 2, so you have each line is 2 sets of ID, okay. And the ID may overlap, you can see there, okay. This example list uses single-digit section IDs to make it easier to draw. Your actual list might contain larger numbers. Visually, these pairs of section assignments looks like this. What? Your actual list might contain larger numbers. Visually, these pairs of section assignments looks like this. So 2, 4 is what? 2, 3, 4. Okay. 6, 8 is 6, 7, 8. Okay. 2, 3 is 2, 3. 4, 5 is 4, 5. Okay, so they represent the ID is as some kind of, what is they trying to do? What is it trying to say? So they represent the ID numbers as a integer. Is that what they are trying to say? I don't know. Okay. Some of the pairs have noticed that one of their assignments fully contains the other. Okay. For example, 228 fully contains 327, and 626 is fully contained by 426. Okay. In pairs where one assignment fully contains the other, one elf in the pair would be exclusively cleaning sections their partner will already be cleaning. So this seems like the most in need of reconsideration. Okay, in this example, there are 2 such pairs. Okay, let's recheck the pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pairs. So let's check here example. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so basically what it is trying to say is that of these pairs, several pairs, some pairs, the one part is fully contained within the other. Okay? Lousy writing. I must say, yesterday I talked about this. I think the advent of code, their problem description, the story is not good. Okay? By the way, there's a video of the advent of code guy talking about it about 2 years. I saw it on YouTube. You can just search for advent of code. The background story, so the guy is a Christian apparently, and he's doing this. Anyway, you can go watch the video, but you can see he's very proud of himself. When he talks about this advent of code, obviously it's successful. It's very popular by now. But the way he talks about code, you can see there's a proud. He would say, for example, I have designed by now 200 puzzles. So in his point of view, he has designed these puzzles. So it's like it's just a programming problem, but it's not a it's a push to say that he designed the puzzles. Okay, and the story so far, there's another interesting, you might call a field of creating programming problems with a story. Okay, so there are many ways to do. Like for example, some of you are interested in fiction writing or interactive fiction writing or MUD. You program text-oriented game, which kind of involves a story. You see a monster, you can turn left, right, or straight, things like that. So there are many ways actually to design, like writing a novel, to first of all find a programming problem, and then you have to come up with a story to describe the problem. That's one way to go. Or you can begin, maybe you have a story first. Maybe the story came from real life programming, real life coding. Then you simplify it, so you start with almost a story first. Then it becomes a precise problem. So there are many ways to do this. But anyway, for my judgment, the advent of code so far, the description is pretty lousy and confusing. Okay, so what is the problem here? So some of the pairs, okay, so given 2 pairs of sets of IDs, so sometimes one is wholly contained within other. In other words, a proper subset or just a subset, okay? Yeah, what happens if the two sets are the same? It didn't say here. So anyway, the point is sometimes one of them is a subset of the other, okay? So in this example, there are two such pairs. Let's see. Okay, here is an example, 2837, okay? And 6646, okay? And what's the other one? This one, 2345. So to identify whether one is subset of the other, you just check the end numbers. Okay, the end numbers must be equal or less than. For the beginning and for the end, or you swap them and test again, okay? So the question is, in how many assignment pairs does one range fully contains the other? Okay, we got the problem already. We know the problem. So all these, this section, for example, as far as the storytelling point of view, this section is idiotic, this extraneous, unnecessary, and confusing. This section, like visually, this pairs section might look like it's idiotic. Okay, you can remove this section, and the story of this problem will actually be better. So basically, you just want to find, given a line, each line is two sets of numbers, consecutive integers. You want to find whether one set is a subset of the other. That's all you have to do. Count. Okay, count how many lines is that. Okay, that's all you have to do. Okay, so suppose this is input. Okay. Okay, so first of all, let's assume it's a list then. Okay, X input. Yeah, I mean assume it's a string. So we begin with a string. Then what do you do? That's a Wolfram language. So we begin with a string. First of all, we want to split. Okay. Split the string. X1 equals to, you split the string by by a comma. Okay, then actually you split the string by a list. Okay, then you x2 equals to, then you map a function. You want to split string again, so map, let me write down so map a function to x1. Okay, this function will split the string by, so this is argument, by a comma. Okay, so that way then you x3 equals to expression x2. So this will give you a list of list. It will give you a list, and each element is a list of two things. Okay, hold on a second. Wait, not to expression. So basically now the problem is you got a string like that. What you gonna do with it? You need to turn that into numbers. Okay, so first of all, Yeah, you want to turn that into numbers, so you need to map again. You need to map it to x2 and map it to the leaves. Okay, now the map function is just like Python or JavaScript or Lisp. You map a function to a list, but Wolfram language allows you to have a third argument that specifies the level that like typically in Unix is called depth. You can specify a range of depth, root to third, depth 3, or you can specify a specific depth like second level or third level, or you can make it -1. That means counting from the leaf. So -1 means map to just the leaves of a tree. Okay, so that's the power of the Wolfram language. You don't have this in any other language. Not any. Not Haskell. Not Erlang. Not OCaml. Not any of the Lisp. Not Clojure. Not any. Not Java. JavaScript. Not Python, not Ruby, not not PHP. I have not seen any programming language has this very powerful. If you're gonna write this yourself, it's very complex. Okay, you're gonna do a loop and check the depth. Very complex. But here it's just one line. Okay, so let me work this out. So you split by a comma, then you split by a dash. Then you want say two expression. Okay, let's do it one shot. Okay, two expression. You can use a @ sign. @ sign is a shortcut for f something. So f bracket arguments, you can just say f at the argument. Okay. So two expression, let's copy it. Let's try it. But before I try it, I want to see. Yeah, okay, that's correct. I'm double checking the operator precedence. Okay, so this is one function. This function will split the string. This pound sign stands for the argument, such as 226. It's a string. So split by the minus sign, you got two strings which are numbers. Okay, then you two expression that turns it to an actual number. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, let's try it. There it is. You see how beautiful it is. Fantastic. So we got the list of numbers. Now it's much easier to check, to work with. Now all we have to do now, x4 equals to, now we just need to check. Okay, for example, let's work on this one. We want to know if one of them is a subset of the other. So you take the first part, you compare, they should be either equals to or less than. Equals to or less than. So I can code it right away, but I'm thinking if there's a more efficient way. Okay, in Wolfram language usually there are. Generated not equals to designed. Okay, anything else you guys are saying? Ask no private info. Just spit your point, man. What the? What the? Don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so let's go back to the problem. So you want to find, okay, so let's see. So this is the input basically. Now you want to write a function to see if one is a subset of the other. Okay, so we can suppose this is a, b, x, y. So you want to check a less than x less or equals to x, and b is less or equals to y. Okay, that's essentially what you need to do. Yeah. That or the other way, okay? That's what you want to check. Now, if this is true, then that means one is a subset of the other, okay? Okay, very easy. So now what we do, so okay, we write a function. So and let's just say f1, okay? If f1 takes an argument, okay? x1 takes an argument. Let's write it this way. F equals to function, okay, and here is the let's not write this way, let's write this way. Let's use pattern matching, okay? AB xy. So f takes one argument, which is a nested list of two items, a, b, and xy. So okay, then we need to say clear f, because whenever you define a pattern matching, you better have a clear before, because otherwise you have other rules you want to clear just in case. So once you have that, then you just return that, okay? So we don't even need that. Okay, so that's about it. So this function do that. A less or equals to x, b less or equals to y, or the other way around, okay? Okay, so yeah. Then we just x4 equals to map again. Almost everything we use is map. Map the function to x3. Okay, that's right. That's almost it. That's it. Okay, let's try it. One-shot coding, no trial and error. My style. Oh, incorrect. It's incorrect because apparently the f is not applied. F is not applied because the pattern doesn't match. Yeah, of course, we got it wrong. We forgot the low line. So you need to add a low line. That means anything. So this means this underscore low line means anything, and we give it a name y. Same for x and ab there. Okay, so let's now do it again. Copy all. Paste, run. True, false, true. Okay, that's a result, but that result is incorrect. Oh yeah, that's incorrect because our function logic is incorrect. So to check the subset, you have a, b, and x to y, a to b, x to y. So first of all, a is less than x. Let's see, how does this go? We got it wrong. Okay, so a, b, x, y. Now it's better if I write it with the pen, but anyway, it's not then. So a, b, x, y. Yeah, it's better if I, this is a time for so you have a, b, and x, y, okay? So if one is a subset, let's say a, b is a subset of x, y, then you have something like that, okay? So a is greater than x, this is true, greater than x, and b is, okay, let's see, let's write it this way, more logical. And, that's a logical symbol for and. And b less or equals to y, okay? On the other hand, if they are swapped, then you have okay, that's what we want. That's the correct logic. Okay, so let's modify this. So let's less or equal, yeah, so less or equal, that's right. X, a, and b, y, okay? And here ax, y, b. ax, y, b, okay? Remove that, okay? Copy all. Paste, run. False, 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 true, true, false. Yeah, I think that's also wrong. False, false. Wait, this should be true. What? Our logic is wrong. What the fuck? Wait. There are two such pair, that's true, okay? Well, I mean, the answer is correct, but for each individual line, it may be wrong, so one is a subset of the other, so which one is a subset? Two, three, four, five, no. 5, 7, 7, 9, no. 2, 8, 3, 7. 2, 8, 3, 7, so that's 1. And 6, 6, 4, 6, that's 2. Oh, actually our answer is correct. Okay, our answer is correct. Anyone else watching, comment. Okay, we got it correct. I think that's the answer. Okay, let's double check one more time. So which of these lines is a subset of the other? not the first one. 2, 3, 4, 5, not the second one. 5, 7, 7, 9, not the third one. 2, 8, 3, 7, yes, 3, 7 is a subset of 2 to 8, okay. And 6, 6, 4, 6, 6, 6 is a subset of 4, 6, that's right. So these two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 5. Okay, so our answer is correct. Now all you have to do is count the number of true. Okay, so how do you do that? Let's see. Cases, okay. Cases return the number of I mean it filters out elements that does not match. Okay, so we just want cases true, for example. Let's try it. You see, then all we have to do is just get the length. Okay, so x5, that's our answer. Okay, let's copy it again. Let's do this. Copy, paste, run. 2. Fantastic. Now let's put it back. Syntax color it, show in browser. So this is today's talk show. That's the code. This one single line, you can combine them into one single line. But first of all, let's try the actual puzzle input. Okay, so copy here, new file, save as advent of code 4, day 4, and today's date, text, okay, drop to diode, and change space to underscore, rename them. Okay, and okay, let's copy that, copy the file link, close it. Wait, copy the file link, close it, paste the file link here, make a list, linkify. There it is. Okay, that's the input. Select all, copy. Okay, let's go back to Wolfram language. Paste it. Okay, and now let's add semicolon to suppress the output. Run it. That's the answer. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. 538. Let's submit. That's the right answer. Congratulations. Hello, Dragon Dog. Video online. What does that mean? Okay, you are 1 gold star closer to collecting enough star fruit. Okay, continue to part 2. Okay, fantastic. Now let me show you. Let's go back to the Wolfram language code. Let me show you how the techniques of condensing make it elegant, the Wolfram language code. For example, I have said before, in Wolfram language, almost any code, doesn't matter how long, technically you can make any arbitrary long, doesn't matter, it's million lines of code. You can make it one single line of just sequence of function calls. Let me demonstrate how that is done. Okay, so for example here, let's okay, so let's start to do this. Okay, here is the actual function. Here's the actual function. So let's, for example, yeah, the input is just the input. Okay, so we first of all remove the variables x2, and by the way, this can be written in a much better way by and this can be written this way, and okay, that is just that. Okay, let me add paren so it's more clear about the operator precedence. Okay, so that's what you have to do. Then this part, let's put a paren on it, cut it, put it here. You don't need that. Map you still need, yeah. So now you don't need x3 anymore. So this line is x3, cut, so you want to, this is x3 now. All you have to do is you say slash dot, that stand for the function replace all. Okay, and how you want to replace, this is this part. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, replace. Okay, this is a pattern. Let's put them into separate line. Okay, this is a pattern. Replace by okay. Okay, and okay, so hold on a second. Let's open a new one. Let's make these. Hold on a second. Let me show you. Okay. Okay, so we don't need that. Okay, so now it's just input, and we don't need this one. X4. Oh yeah, so we don't need that anymore. So, but let's test this first. Okay, you need them to be one single line to make sense. Okay, copy that, paste. Fantastic. Okay, now all you have to do is just add parentheses, delete it, put it here. Okay, you don't need the x5 here. So you can see one single line solution. Okay, copy the whole thing, paste it here. Fantastic. And also, let me mention this again. In Wolfram language, the formatting of the code is on the fly, done automatically. Can you see? So if your window is large, they automatically format them, put the line endings in the appropriate place by the syntax of the language. So for example, this slash dot, that means replace all. You can see that little pop-up. That means replace all. So that's an appropriate place to break the line, because all the things before is one expression, syntactical unit, and the other part is the other expression, a syntactical unit. You can also you can double click. It will progressively select the syntactical unit. Each time you double click, you'll expand, or press the control dot. Let me show you. So for example, control dot, you see, that's one unit, syntactical unit. And because of the Mathematica Wolfram language syntax is similar to Lisp nested expression. Therefore, any syntactical unit also corresponds to a semantic unit. So you see that string expression, that's also a semantic unit, okay? So expand, you see, now it's a function. Expand, paren, expand. So that's one syntactical unit and also is a semantic unit. Okay, expand, parenthesis, expand. Now that's again syntactical unit and semantic unit. Expand, map, the whole thing. Now if I expand again, you'll include the whole, basically the whole, including to up to this part, okay, up to here. Let me show you, okay, do it, you see, then do again, paren, then cases, you know, the argument for the cases, select all, then that slash is the postfix notation, like the Unix pipe, okay, so let's do again, you see, so that's a demonstration. Oh wait, cancel, that's undo, okay, that's a demonstration of the Wolfram, the Mathematica notebook, okay, you have automatic formatting. You never ever manually add a, you know, return or indent that, like the fucking industrial programmers, idiots, including C, C++, Java, C#, JavaScript, Python, you know, all that. But about 10 years ago, they improved, beginning with Golang, automatic formatting of the entire source code, but it's still manual. You know, you call a command, it will format your source code of the whole file or entire directory of files. Okay, that's a significant step. You know, after 30 years of the C and C++ and Java and Perl fuckheads, these idiots, no idea. You talk to them, they don't understand. They say you are a troll, including the Lisp and in particular common Lisp idiots. Okay, they don't know what you're talking about. Until 2010, 2008 or so, Golang began the Go format. Okay, I talked about this in my previous video. So that revolutionized this. But Wolfram language is still one step far ahead. You never even have to format at all. It's automatically done on the fly by the editor. Okay, can you see that? And this began in 1997. Okay, starting with Wolfram language 3. Okay, this is a point I want to emphasize. I have more than 10 articles on my website, xahli.info. Okay, that's why my hatred, my deep hatred with the industrial coders, you know, these C, C++, these hackers, these, you know, idiots, extreme. Okay, can you see? Automatic formatting on the fly. And there's no indent, there's no tab character anywhere. The whole thing is one single fucking line. And in the Wolfram language with the meta syntax, your whole code can be coded this way, okay? 1 million lines of code becomes one single line, okay? And functional programming. No variables, there's 0 variables in this code. And you can do that, you know, in fact, this input, if you want to, you can move it to here. So there's not even temporary local variables, okay? And you can rework the code so that the input is at the end anyway. Okay, we solved the problem number 1. Let's go to problem number 2. Okay. Let's drink some tea. Okay, so let's clean up. Yeah, so let's put this back to the browser. Syntax color it. Xah HTML mod in Emac Lisp. Show in browser. So we can see today's code. Oh, you forgot to syntax color the other one. Do it. Show in browser. Okay. So today's code, first version, is easy to understand. Okay. You have 5 variables. Second version, 1 single line. It's the same thing actually. Okay. Now, day 4, problem 2. Okay. Okay, day 4, problem 2, part 2. It seems like there is still quite a bit of duplicate work planned. Instead, the elves would like to know the number of pairs that overlap at all. Okay, so instead of a subset, you just want to find pairs that overlap. Okay. So in the above example, the first 2 pairs, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, don't overlap, okay? While the remaining 4 pairs do, okay? And here is a further explanation, yeah, okay? So in this example, the number of overlapping assignment pairs is 4, okay? How many assignment pairs do the range overlap? Okay, very easy to solve. All we have to do is change this line. You know, this logic, this function determines the subset. Okay, whether one is a subset. Now you just need to change it, trick the greater or equal to, then you will get the overlap. Okay, very easy. So, in fact, it's simpler, I think. Okay, let's code it. Okay, let's code with this example because it's easier to understand. By the way, this one line thing, that's great, but it's not practical. Okay, so, you know, this is the most elegant, that's true, one single line, but it's not practical because in practical code, you need to maintain it. This single line, if you have 1 million lines of code in one single line, it's hard to edit and debug, you know, despite all the features of syntactical, you know, selection and all. So, okay, anyway, so, okay, that's all we have to do is modify this line. Okay, so now you want overlap. So let's go back to our pad, this drawing pad, and let's see this fantastic pen computing. So let's see. So how do you check this subset? This is how you check subset. Now you want to check overlap. So overlap, let's see, A, B, X, Y. You want to check overlap, or you have to check is just B and X, okay? So B and X, all you have to check is end of a pair to the beginning of the other pair, okay? But you also have to swap them. So you can check overlap. So if they are equal, they also count as overlap. So B equals to X, or B is greater to X. Greater than equal X. So that's one case. Or X, or then you have the other case of X, Y, A, B. So Y and A. So or X equals to Y greater or equals to A. Okay, that is the formula. Save it. okay? B greater than equals to X. Let's double check. Y greater than or equals to A. So, yep. BXYA greater equal. BX YA, okay? That's it. Let's try it. Paste, run it. Okay, incorrect. True, incorrect. Oh yeah, so it's fully contained overlap. What? Wait, okay, so this logic is missing something. The logic we are using here is missing something. So here, B you have to think about this. Okay, that is incorrect. So Greg and Doc says, why is Wolfram language so much further ahead than other languages? Okay, then he says, but unfortunately, Wolfram scripting language is not a real programming language. It is only a scripting language for Wolfram math engine. So it's not like you could use the scripting thing to make computer programs. That's false. Okay, that's false. Maybe, possibly, you are trying to say is that Wolfram language is not suitable for writing a kernel, for example, operating system, Linux. But because it's not a low-level language, it's not Wolfram language. It's not C. It's not C++. It's not Java. Okay, but however, Wolfram language is a complete programming language. You can compare it to Python, JavaScript, Ruby, PHP, Lua. You can compare to all of them. Every feature, in fact, all those languages, they are subset of Wolfram language. Okay, so you can, in fact, the Wolfram Alpha, or you can use Wolfram language to write a web server or any server, any massive parallel computing server. And in fact, that is how it's done at Wolfram Research. And in fact, much of the Wolfram language itself is written in Wolfram language. Okay, so it's not, that's a common misconception, because the typical industry programmers have no experience, have no contact with Wolfram language. Well, first of all, because these days it's not open source. So they just blind themselves like a pony, like the BDSM pony. You have a blinder, so they refuse. They don't do any. They don't know. They don't use it. Okay, so and that's then we can get into an interesting topic. How do you define a language? And Turing complete and all that. Hello, George. You're pretty late. We already solved the problem 1. So you can see the solution is one single line. You missed some interesting discussion about single line Wolfram language code and formatting. So go back like 20 minutes prior. Okay, anyway, so we are trying to solve the problem 2, the second part, day 4, and we are having, there's a logic issue. So let me finish this and that'll be it. 10 more minutes. So right now we want to determine overlap. So how do you determine overlap? Let's look at our notes. How do you determine overlap? B is greater than X given a pair A to B, X to Y. First of all, B must be greater than X, okay? And what about AB? I mean, what about A and Y? Oh, so if B is greater than X, we also have to make sure that A is less than Y, okay? So given this pair AB, XY, we have to make sure A is less than Y. So let's write it down. A is less or equals to Y. And that. So either that's the case or X is less or equals to B. And, okay, that's our logic. Correction. Save. The power of pen computing. Now back to Emacs. Okay, so modify, just have to modify this part. So A minus A, so here is A less than equals to Y and B greater or equals to X, okay? And the second part is XBYA. Okay, I think that's correct. Now copy all, go back to WolframLang, paste, eval. 4, that seems correct. False, false, true, 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 true. Okay, so it says, yeah, fantastic, we are ready to go. That's the correct logic. But now, a little digression showing the power of Wolfram language, you see. So we have a logic expression here. You know, there are many ways to do this logic. You know, when you have a, you know, you want to determine if they overlap, you know, and the way that comes up to me right away is this way. Okay, but there are many more equivalent. So you want to find the logical equivalent that may make your code do less comparison. Okay, so how do you do that? So we want to simplify this expression, okay? Let's simplify. Let's try maybe that, okay? Add previous output. There it is. What? God, it really truly did simplify. What? But isn't that what we did before and is wrong? Well, yeah, that's what we did before, but that was wrong. Why is that? What? Yeah, because we did that before and it would be, that's incorrect. Let's try. Okay, so if we do this, I thought, we must typed wrong. Fucking shit. A less than 1, A less than Y. Wait, before we had B greater than X, Y greater than A. Oh, before we used or, it should be and. But anyway, the Wolfram language, so you see, you can simplify it to that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that does it. But let's go back to our original because this is more intuitive. You know, you check 4 numbers, but actually all you have to do is this. Okay. So now let's go to the input. So copy that, paste it here, but now we want to get the real input for today's problem, which we have it here. Copy it, close it. Now the real input, paste it there, and add semicolon again to suppress the output. Run it. 792. Are you confident? Yes. 792. Are you sure? Yes. That is the right answer. You are one gold star closer to collecting enough star fruit. Okay, so we finished day 4, and it's been 90 minutes. Okay, half of it is talking about some other things. I think that's it for today. 90 minutes. So day 4 is done. Fantastic. And now let's clean up. We shut down in 4 minutes or so. So let's show in browser. That's our code. Fantastic. And here's problem 1, problem 2. Wait, we didn't. Yeah, so let's do it. And cut and add a section. Let's say part 2. Okay, and remove the date, and the input, let's move the input down, and also that. Okay, wait, select all, cut, section, part 1, paste here, and remove the date, and syntax color the whole, show in browser. So this is today's fruit. Part 1, solution. Okay, part 2, solution, or just one single line. Okay, that's it. And now we going to, let's see, oh god, this huge. Let's see if there's something interesting to highlight. I want to copy and paste. Yeah, let's copy and paste this one. Before we do that, let's make it original font size. Okay, and I want to copy that. Wolfram language, and we want to show this part, the simplification of logical expressions. Highlight it. Okay, so I can put into my website. Okay, bye guys. If you like my video, pay me. Okay, go to my xah.info. You'll see PayPal, Patreon. $20, $5. You know, pay services you like. Bye.